Hello and welcome to Colleague 7 Sprint Review for 20.02.02. This will cover the work undertaken between the 18th of February to the 2nd of March. Our sprint goal for this sprint has been to update the lists area with the ability to specify which fields that you can see, following the same format as the quick search. Looking at the high-level items and to explain further, in this sprint we were able to update the lists area, so this displays records similar to the quick search, with the ability to specify the fields that you see, with the option to click on links to generate an email, telephone call, or open a web address. We've updated the placement selection screen with the ability to individually or in bulk email candidates or contacts associated with the placements. We've been investigating ways to edit skill criteria within the search, and a solution to this has been established, which we'll undertake over the coming months. We've updated the back office area, specifically with generate invoices, list invoices, generate payments and list payments, to ensure that the menu options remain fixed at the top of the page. We've been looking into whether we can apply the same timeout and keep alive techniques to the user's Office 365 session to help keep the connection between Colleague 7 and Office 365 active for as long as possible. We have a proof of concept which we'll implement in the next sprint. We've ensured when extending or amending a placement, the values held in the custom fields area of the placement are carried over to the new placement. We've added the ability to search all address fields against addresses when within the search. And we've added the created by user field to the timesheet and charges table on the placement. We'll now go through a brief demonstration on the key features from this sprint. So the first item to go through is the update that's been made to lists. Lists as an area in terms of its functionality remains mainly the same with regards to being able to, from an entity, create lists and assign records to lists and share them with various users. But what we have done within the actual list area itself is update it so that it is in line with the changes that we made to the quick search. So that you're able to view the specific fields that you want to see against that record, and also have links to be able to run different workflows. So as an example, you can click on an email address and it launched the email form and send an email from here. You can click on a number and it prompt an outgoing phone call. You can click on a web address and it launch the web address in a new tab. Ultimately, it's all a view to giving you access or configurability to be able to view the fields that you want to see against a record, essentially from anywhere within the main navigation now. So the last remaining area that we need to update is recent items. But once that's done, essentially, they'll all be able to, you'll always be able to, from the options list here, configure which fields that you wish to see, and obviously those fields will then come through and be reflective when you're viewing lists, quick search results, recent items, and also doing any selection screen based searching as well. So we'll do the recent items in the next sprint, but in this sprint we did the lists area, so you can define which fields you view within that area as well. So that's an update we made there. The next update that was made to the placement selection screen, and that's the introduction of the ability to email all associated candidates or contacts or both in relation to selected placements. So this essentially allows you to, if you were to create a list of placements, as an example, you can do it obviously on the nature of the criteria options that you have available. But if I select a selection of placements here, if you select email, you'll be giving a send to option. You can select either to send to candidates, contact, or candidate and contact. If we select candidate, hit OK, and then obviously the email form is drawn, and that's obviously sending an email to all associated candidate records. You have your merge fields that are available in templates that are available in relation to the placement scope. So that allows for you to pull through any sort of templated correspondence that you may want to have with candidates that are in current placements. As an example, obviously through the criteria options, you're able to search by placements that have started within a range, created by the range, working placements that are in process within a date range. So this essentially just gives you a means to correspond with active candidates that are in placements, and also contacts that are associated with active placements as well through this mechanism. So that's off the placement selection screen. You now have the email option available. The last point to cover is the update that was made to the main search area for all entities, and that's to give it an address, a blanket address field that you can use to search as a free text against all address fields. So against the company, as an example, if you wanted to search on all primary addresses of a company and just reference anything, would that be held within the county, the town, the address first line, you could just type it in here now, and it would essentially scan everything and give you back any founding results. Whereas you also have an option for all addresses. So if you want to do primary address, then it's just the primary address one. If you want to do all addresses, that would include primary address and all other addresses associated with a company. Again, you could just type in there and it will bring back a result count in terms of whether or not an address referencing that text was found within that address of the companies. Within the candidate, you have the same option of address. Within contact, you have the same option again as with address, and within requirement, you also have the address option as well now. So essentially, you have the means to be able to free text addresses within the search area now against all entity types. That's the update we made. As always, if you have any queries or feedback, please get in touch. I'll be keen to hear from you. Also, for those using Colleague 7, feel free to submit your enhancement requests via the support team or directly to me using the above email address. The next video will be the sprint plan for 20.03.01, and as always, that will contain a high-level overview on the items we intend to work on during that sprint. Thanks for watching.